OIIA Boys Volleyball Red Division Championship Playoffs. Live from McKinley's Student Council Gymnasium, it's the semifinals. The two remaining teams meet at the net for the opportunity to face the Cougars of Kaiser for the league championship. Moanaloa of Moanaloa, the fourth seed from the East, goes up against East top seed Kalaheo. It's almost the end of the race for the OIIA title, the ultimate test of endurance. Each team looking across the net at the obstacle, hoping to impede the other side's date with fate. Which team will have the fortitude to outdig, outserve, and outkill its opponents? Roofs, kills, and spills. It's the best of boys prep volleyball. It's in high definition and only on OC 16 Oceanic Time Warner Cable.
And welcome back on the campus of McKinley High School, the Student Council Gymnasium, or sauna. It is steaming hot inside here, and kind of get the feeling we may see some pretty hot action on the b-ball court tonight as the number 1 seeds out of Kalaheo take on the number 4 seeds, Moanaloa of Moanaloa. And again, welcome back everybody. Howard Dashevsky along with Kevin Wong. Interesting matchup in this Red Division Championship team. As you said, you kind of got on one side for Kalaheo, you have the size, you have the experience. And then on the other side, you have youth, but you have great ball handling and great coaching.
And you got some different directions coming in. You have a team, Moanaloa, a young team getting better every single match. For Kalaheo, they just had a stumbling block against the Kaiser match. How are they going to respond?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that. Let's look at Kalaheo first. Let's talk about their roadmap and how they got here. And there's that victory, 3 straight of a Kahuku. They took care of business against McKinley, and then you said it, they won the first 2 sets, and then they lost 3 in a row. How painful that had to be. Let's talk about the player to watch, though, tonight as they look to rebound for Kalaheo.
We're going to keep our eyes on their senior leader, number 3, Salila Tucker. In a state with a lot of high-level volleyball players, I would go on the record and say he is the best all-around game.
No kidding. All right, pretty big statement. And as you watch this game and you watch that team from Kalaheo, you're going to see it's kind of like that championship basketball team just kind of resuited. And here they are. Now for Moanaloa, Namanihuni, their roadmap and how they got to this match. And boy, it's been a long road for them. They beat Pearl City, beat Waipahu, lost to Kaiser. Then they beat this Moanaloa team. And then they beat McKinley. So, boy, talk about the long road to get back here in this rematch.
And we talked on one side for Kalaheo, the senior star. Here we're looking at a freshman, a phenom. Sky's the limit for this player. He gets better every single practice, his coach says. How is he going to respond to the first pressure situation in high school sports?
Asta Matautia, the opposite hitter, outside hitter. Should be fun. Looking forward to it. Red Division semi-championship game coming up next for the right to go back against those Kaiser Cougars. Stick around, everybody. When we come back, starting lineups, and we'll get ready to rumble. Alrighty, your officials in match number 2, Harrison Ho, Ryan Sakagawa, Darian Chun, and Blue Kachigao, your 4-man person. So here's the teams as we want to introduce you, beginning with the Kalaheo Muscanes. And we talked about that basketball team, Salila Tucker, Kupa'a Harrison, Josh Coe, straight from that championship team. Sam Orcutt, Anthony Rowan, Luke Owens rounding out. Look at the height. Luke at 6'7", and they're still without, of course, Nainoa Frank, who could have would have been there had he not hurt his leg. And there's Ed Chun, the head coach in his 3rd season. And really excited about this match. And, you know, I kind of talked to him, Kevin, about having that basketball championship mentality. And he said there's no question about it. After winning that championship, of course, he got that nucleus late because their season went long in basketball. But when they come over, boy, did they bring that winning thought process with them, and that is something that proves important. Let's talk about Kalaheo's key to the game.
We have great offensive weapons. They have a great quarterback in their setter. Can they pass the ball? If you can't pass the ball, you cannot play this game. Really the key for Kalaheo tonight.
Kind of double duty for Ed Chun during the girls season. In the fall, he coaches volleyball at Les Jardins Academy on the windward side of Oahu, and then in the boys in the spring, they're with Kalaheo. So good for him. Here's a guy that lives and breathes volleyball, as so many people do. Starters now for Namanihuni, Adrian Paulino, Austin Amian, Tahiari Caldwell, Austin Matautia, the freshman that you spoke about, Reno Young, Zarin Asterio, and Carson Cruz, the 6-foot sophomore, and the coach. There he is, Alan Kabunting, in his second year as the head man over there at Moanaloa. And the keys to the game tonight for Moanaloa.
You know, so much attention goes to their phenom freshman, Matautia. It's how they will run the other options, how they'll go to Caldwell, the middles, Cruz and Young, to take some of the pressure off their freshman star.
All right, we'll see how it all plays out. First serve coming your way in a few moments. We're going to take a timeout and we'll come back. The Red Division Semi-Championship match comes your way next live right here on OC 16. All right, back inside the Student Council Gymnasium and just about wrapping up the introductions in dramatic flair fashion as they often do here. Once again, I want to show you that Moanaloa roadmap. I think we had one little error in there, but they defeated on the 24th. I think we initially had them beating themselves, but some teams have been known to beat themselves, but in this case, they actually beat Lelehua. But nonetheless, it's been a long road for the Menehune. We are set to go. Interestingly, both teams kind of wearing the all whites tonight. Did somebody not get a memo? Blue trim from Moanaloa and the sleeves and the tank tops for the Mustangs. And there you see in the blue t-shirt and the board shorts, that's Nainoa Frank who hurt his leg. There you go, colors, sleeve, sleeveless. That works.
Two very different dynamics going in. You got a Kalaheo team that's pretty aggressive, and on the other side, Moanaloa seems pretty chill and relaxed. We'll see. They're a younger team, inexperienced, lost 9 players to graduation last year, including one of their assistant coaches here.
There's the aforementioned Nainoa Frank heading to the University of Hawaii. Boy, what a long year it must have been for him to have to sit there and not be able to play during the basketball season and then having to sit and watch volleyball season. But you know what? He was at every single basketball game, and here he is back with the volleyball team supporting his mates. So good for him. Speaking of a University of Hawaii connection, by the way, Colby Kanetake, the former Menehune player, who is a freshman on the University of Hawaii team this year, is over there on the bench as one of the coaches and helping out over there for Moanaloa. And once again, format, it's going to go quick. Best of 3. Third set to 15 if necessary. Winner to face Kaiser on Thursday. If Kaiser wins, they win the OIIA championship. If the winner of this match beats Kaiser on Thursday, they'll do it again. And there's Colby Kanetake, who looks like he's barely old enough to be a freshman on the roster over there. The first swing right out of the gates, and a good one, is Austin Patel.
Austin Amian, number 6, really sets the tone for this Moanaloa team after that long warm-up. Didn't really know how they'd come out of the gates.
Now the first serve of the night is a little bit long and out, service error. And that's sometimes, you know, when you're playing in the thick of a rally, the nerves don't show as often as when you just have that chance to pop a serve over. That's when the nerves will get you, when it's just you and the ball. Another good swing, and again, that time, Tiari Caldwell. Back set. Will push to the back row. Dolan puts it up and out of the back row. It's Kupa'a Harrison. And the ball finds its way to the hardwood and down. Point Kalaheo and a 2-1 score.
Harrison, only a sophomore, one of the key contributors to that basketball team. So much IQ, such a smart player. Of course, his father, longtime basketball coach, Tim Harrison.
Ball blocked but out, and a good swing by Hadrian Paulino for the kill, even at 2-all. And Josh Coe back into the match.
Good look at Tim Harrison there in the blue shirt.
Good swing off the block, and putting it down is Sam Orcutt.
And we talked about Nainoa Frank out since football season with the ACL. Well, the guy who's going to be looking to fill those big shoes, Sam Orcutt, starting off positively.
Back set, popping it over is Paulino, and a chance out of the back row. In comes Kupa'a Harrison. Good dig by Tucker, and back to Tucker from the back row, and he hits it into the net.
This Kalaheo team, when they start looking at the options that they have, it looks like a college-sized team. They go 6'7", 6'5", 6'4". Really have that size.
Quick set over the middle, unable to put it down. There's Luke Owens, and then the block. And that's the guy that you featured at the beginning of the game, the freshman, Austin Matautia.
Hard to miss this guy with the ponytail, and on the backside, perfect form with the block.
Kind of reminds you of another freshman a couple of years ago for Punahou who had the same do, Tui Tuileta, who's gone on to do amazing things, has already signed on to go to the University of Hawaii, even though he has a full season to play in both football and volleyball next year for Punahou. Back to serve, Kainoa Peterson. And dumps it down for a service ace right in front of Matautia.
Off-speed serve. Caught Matautia off guard. Barely hits that, barely clears the net.
And Peterson to serve it again. Off the block. Harrison. And they're going to call a lift on Harrison.
You know, our feature was spreading the offense for Moanaloa, and thus far they haven't even set their star player. Here we are 10 points into the match, really looking to establish every other player first.
Been tied 5-5, so nobody's managed to string together 2 straight points. That one falls down, and Josh Coe gets his first kill, and our first look at Coe.
Interesting to see Coe with the volleyball shoes on. He's still got the crazy socks, but we're so used to his outlandish basketball shoes.
Pops it over. And Matautia back and forth. Chance to set it up. And a good swing by Tucker.
Really interesting. When Kalaheo gets a dig, all of a sudden their #1 option in these transition plays becomes their setter. They just have that libero-setter connection. You don't really see that very often.
Quick little dump shot opportunity doesn't go, and then that's going to result in a point for Kalaheo. By the way, if you hear us call a Joshua Coe for the other team from Moanaloa, it's not a mistake. There's Josh Coe, and then there's Joshua Coe, K-O-H, for Namenihune. Blocked at the net by Harrison. Matautia forced to knock it over. And then straight down goes Luke Owens at 6'7". That's a pretty easy set.
And Owens, another guy who's committed to play at University of Hawaii. A lot of local talent starting to make that commit.
Kalaheo on a 4-0 run here. They jump out to a 9-5 lead behind the serving of Coe. Back set, forced to just two-handed over is Kainoa Peterson. Another back set, Matautia goes cross court, dug up by Peterson. And they're going to feed Coe out of the back. A nice little roll shot that time by Carson Cruz.
Coach Kabonting called Cruz the biggest surprise for his team this year. First time he's ever played volleyball this year.
Matautia back to serve it up. Another nice save in the back row by the freshman. Off the block, chance for the Mustangs to set it up. And into the net goes Kupa'a Harrison. Point for Namenihune. Back with it a couple. Harrison had a good set. Forced to just pop it over the net. Free ball and an opportunity for Namenihune. There's Harrison, dug up by Matautia at the net. Nice little joust. And a good play by Cruz. who is in there in a mismatch. Good block by Tucker, and another great job. Oh, what a good piece of hustle effort by Austin Amian. Amian again with the dig, but can't get it up high enough.
Amian really doing a special job. Last year he was the defensive specialist behind Colby Konatake, but great cover here on this play, but misses the end dig.
Luke Owens with the big jump serve, and that ball is out. First service error of the match for Kalaheo.
You know, early on, a lot of nerves on both sides. We didn't expect that from Kalaheo as much. We expected that from Moanaloa, such a young team. But the TV and the bright lights, they change everything.
Shouldn't take long to get warmed up. It is warm in here. Zachary Kagehiro in for the serve. Taking the set and slapping it down is Anthony Rowan at 6 feet 4 inches.
Tucker getting up big to save that pass from going over the net. Also drawing a crowd on the block. Special play.
Oh, what a sky effort. Going up high is Tahiari Caldwell.
Caldwell really important for this team. He's the second option behind Mautautia. The more he goes off, the less attention that Austin will get.
And there's Aaron Ostiro serving. Ball hit into the block, but out. And that's going to be a kill for Kupa'a Harrison. And some scores from around town from the ILH. Best of 5 there, and Kamehameha and Punahou have split the first two. Tuileta with 12 kills so far in that match. Speaking of him a moment ago. Another good block by the Mustangs, and that ball is hit out. No touch. Point Kalaheo. They're back up by 3 and make it 4. Well, 13 takes us to our first media timeout at the halfway mark. 13-9 our score. The team with the top seed looking good. The rooting section for Anthony Rowan, number 15 on the Kalaheo roster. And there's Kupa'a Harrison, one of the many basketball stars who led his team to a championship this past February. Ball off the block, chance for the Mustangs to set it up. They're going to go to their tall guy off the block. Nice job defensively. He goes back up, doesn't get it, gets a third opportunity. And then ultimately, it is Tahiari Caldwell getting the point. Well, Sam Orcutt at 6'5" had 3 different chances and was unable to put any of them down. And in the meantime, the other way, getting his 3rd different kill there.
Caldwell's done a good job of coming out hot. He had the first kill and has kept that going through this first set. You know, it's interesting you brought it up, talking to Chun about the basketball guys. It's a double-edged sword, right? They're so confident they came off the championship, but on the other side, coming so late to the volleyball, really missed a lot of the preseason and really hard to get that continuity going.
And a good swing that time by Anthony Rowan, the 6'4" senior middle blocker. 2nd kill for him. And going back to serve will be the libero Sheldon Dolan. Dolan slaps it into the net. 2nd service error of this match for Kalaheo.
You know, Kalaheo, it's not so important for them to serve so tough. Keep the ball in play and make Moanaloa work. On the other side, Moanaloa's got to serve tough because there's so many weapons from Kalaheo.
Setting it up to the near side, not a real good set for Orcutt. Had to shift his feet around to get in position to make a swing. Over the middle, Mautautia right there to send it back.
Mautautia, Carson Cruz, the sophomore, doing big things so far. Perfect commit block on the middle, perfect timing.
I think you're right, Cruz got a little bit more on that one. Coe trying to go cross court. And that one was hit outside the antenna. Point, Namanehune.
Really been impressed so far for the setter from Moanaloa, Zarin Ostiro. Really good defensive plays. doing a good job of spreading the offense.
And kick set in the middle, dug up by Caldwell. And then a lift or reaching over the net. Kalaheo, point from Manihune, and that's going to lead to a timeout on the point of Ed Chun. As we are tied up here at 14, 4 consecutive points reeled off by Manihune.
Chun is not happy about it, and what he's not happy about is the passing effort so far. This team gets a good pass, they have great options, and his team so far letting balls drop, not having that extra hustle. You know, it's interesting is the TV games, there's longer timeouts, and Kabanting on the Moanaloa side done a really good job of keeping his guys out there, keeping the communication going, and both times so far for Kalaheo, they've had this short little timeout, and then the guys have been kind of out there meeting with themselves.
Yeah, they get 90 seconds once the whistle is blown and once you call a timeout. And so you're right. I think Coach Ed Chun had about 10 seconds of conversation, made his point, and they were right. They didn't want to linger. They wanted to get back out there.
Yeah, he was pretty heavy-handed there and trying to get a little more energy from his team.
So nice little dance moves. Look at these kids. Very nice. Tied at 14. And back to serve it up is going to be Austin Amion. Set it up to the near side, going cross court, putting it in there is Sam Orcutt.
And when they get the good pass, Kalaheo, such a good job of the setter Tucker, and then right over the big block, Orcutt able to do whatever he wants there.
You look at Josh Coe, and he's dwarfed out there by Orcutt. You're right, if they can get their passing game, you would think that they're almost seemingly unstoppable with the size of their front row. There's Coe. Off the block. And a little dump shot.
You know, every single time I'm expecting the sets to start going out to Mautautia, and every single time the setter, Austero, keeping Kalaheo guessing, keeping me guessing as well.
Carson Cruz getting his second kill. Big block at the net. They're going to call a lift. For extra hit.
Saying the ball did not clear the net. Ed Chun not happy about that. Interesting, it looked like a block, but what Moanaloa is doing is they're committing. Oh, definitely over the net there, bad call. But Moanaloa doing this commit on the good passes. They know Kalaheo really likes to run that middle so often.
Such a tough call on a ball hit that quick and that hard. There's Coe. Nice block over there by Austero. And this time, the antenna contact after Moanaloa contacted the ball, so point for Kalaheo. Even again at 16 all. Josh Coe. Back to serve it up, the senior. And that ball tried its best to trickle over the net. Fell on the Kalaheo side. Point Manihune, third service error.
See in the foreground, Ed Chun in the back, but in the foreground, that's Dennis Roberts, who's actually Salila Tucker's father, the assistant coach.
At the net, joust play. Karsten Cruz wins it again.
Another tough serves, gets the bad pass and sets up the Moanaloa point. Mautautia.
8-2 Moanaloa scoring run. And nobody there. They kind of watched it. Kainoa Peterson saw that hit by Zarin Austero and just kind of watched it go over his shoulder right into the corner.
I was talking to Kabanting about his service strategy. He said, we have to serve tough tonight. We have to.
And the big swing right out of the middle by the 6'7" middle, Luke Owens. Second kill for him.
We see that commit earlier. Once again, they're full commit. Every single time you're going to see number 21 there, Carson Cruz on a good pass. He's going to commit with the middle.
Oh, look at that, over the shoulder dump shot by Carson Cruz again. Or no, that wasn't Cruz, that was number 13, excuse me, and that's Zarin Austero. What a heady play.
And on a team with youth, a team that lost 9 seniors last year, you got to look for the few remaining seniors, and Austero is one of them. Really doing a great job so far tonight. Oh, wow, Kalaheo dodges a bullet. Another tough pass, nearly going over the net. But Tucker able to save it back.
Salila Tucker back to serve. Good serve, and Moanaloa with a nice job. That ball kicked, hit off the shoulder, bounced again, and another big point. Look at the celebration of Astiro.
Well, you look at it, and the reason why the celebration, that's number 13 versus number 13. But on the one side, Kalaheo's 13 is 6'5". On the other side, 5'8".
And he won the battle. And they're going to call a carry, a double hit. Another point from the Minihune, and they're starting to run away with this one, Kevin, 22-18. And a timeout called once again by Ed Chun.
This Kalaheo team, 13-1 in the OIIA. They've been the cream of the crop this year, and really a big surprise losing to Kaiser, and we talked about it. How are they going to respond? How are they going to work out of getting out of the loser's bracket? And so far, they haven't responded well.
Well, regardless of what happens in this game, they're both going to the States. The red champion and a runner-up, that's going to be determined on Thursday or possibly Saturday. And then the number 3 and 4 team, that's right here. And then Kaiser is the team that's waiting in the wings, and McKinley, Leilehua, Roosevelt.
Talking to Coach Kabanting about their season so far, he says we've gotten so much better as the season progressed. He said the great thing is we had losses to Kalaheo, Kaiser, and McKinley. We had our revenge versus McKinley. Now we have a chance to go and get the next 2 as well.
Back to serve, Zarin Astiro, the senior setter. And he has been the emotional spark plug in this opening stanza, and he serves that one out.
Ball just misses wide, but someone from Kalaheo's got to follow that ball out. Got to toe the line and watch it for yourself instead of watching from afar.
Harrison knocks it over. And again, big swing by Caldwell with a big roof and a big front block by Kalaheo.
Impressive block. Rowan, Orcutt, they see this X combo play coming. Do a great job of taking away the option.
Back within 2. Back set, off the block, saved by Ko, and it hits the roof and comes straight down. Kind of a bad break. It hit the beam. If it would have gone up to the higher portion of the ceiling, they would have had more reaction time. But it came down so hot. Now it's 23-20.
Tough rotation here. Caldwell, one of the better servers for Moanaloa. See if he takes a chance. Up 23-20, really, he should. You know, take the Kalaheo team out of their rhythm.
Ko with the left hand, and that is out. And it's set point for Moanaloa. Well, we saw the underdog win in the first match tonight. I don't know that Moanaloa's an underdog, but I think you'd probably have to say they were. Ball slapped down and a good point or cut.
Yeah, of course Moanaloa is the underdog here. There's 12-4 on the other side. Kalaheo 13-1. This would be a huge upset.
In that first match tonight, it was Waialua beating Campbell.
So the easy answer on this play from Moanaloa, as they call it, timeout. How about this preemptive timeout?
24-21 on the verge of winning the first set. Yep, and he just wants to get his players all on the same page.
You know, we're used to seeing in different sports a different, a normal pattern of timeouts, and this breaks all the patterns. But I like it. I like it because Kabanting, by calling this timeout, he gets to settle his guys down. He also gets to put a little more pressure, ice the server a little bit, and kind of take away a little bit of the aggressiveness from the Kalaheo server.
Well, you mentioned they're somewhat of a youthful team, and just to be able to have that extra moment to just say, hey guys, here's where you are, here's what you need to do. You don't need to win it on this point. We got a couple of opportunities up 24-21.
And here's the
out of the timeout, a critical moment here. And here's another update. The Buff and Blue come back to win set number 3. And again, this one set to go 5. So they're going to keep on playing there.
You know, as you look at Moanaloa, if I'm the setter Austero, my number one option, the obvious choice would be to go to your phenom, Moanaloa, but he hasn't been doing it all first set. Does he break the trend and go to his clutch player for the biggest swing of the set? I would.
So set to go. It is 21 serving 24. All off the block. The Mustangs with an opportunity to pull within a couple. Not this time. Dug up by Kupa'a Harrison. And on the near side, good swing once again, Sam Orcutt. And the Mustangs pull within 2.
Orcutt right over the big high-flying Moanaloa. Pretty impressive, actually. That side, he slices it outside. This time you got to go to Moanaloa, right?
Still set point. There it is. The freshman off the block. Harrison keeps it alive. Ko can't get to it. And Namene Hune of Moanaloa take the first set 25-22. Stick around, much more to come. A break, and we'll be back with the second set of this OIIA Red semifinal match. Hey, welcome back, everybody, with a look at our KITV 14 players. And Chandler Ruff for Kalaheo, an extremely dedicated student athlete with a 4.2 GPA. His attitude and knowledge of being a competitor is why he's such an asset to the team. Type of athlete that makes coaching enjoyable. And for Namene Hune, it's number 15, Cannon Gonzalez, a senior who joined the squad this year and went down with a serious knee injury a couple of weeks ago, but always brought the energy and still does, and now does so cheering. And you can hear him from anywhere in the gym. Helps the team find the energy when the team goes silent on the floor, no matter what the situation. Moanaloa says we will have the loudest and most supportive bench because of Cannon Gonzalez, our KITV 14 players. There's a fan. They're in the team colors. And what do you say? You show a group of 5 teenage girls, and how many of them are on their phone? I think we're 4 for 4 as we pull out. 4 for 5, 4 for 6. Still pretty good odds. One almost dropped your phone.
Dash, you add you to that, you probably you're no different, man.
Yep, the world of texting. Tell her to wave. Tell her to find a camera and wave. Now first set down. Namene Hune win it. There's the numbers.
I'm looking at these stats and you're figuring out how did Moanaloa win it.
No kidding.
They beat them in kill percentage. Kalaheo did. They had more digs, more service errors.
More blocks.
It's the hitting errors. It's one extra hitting error from Kalaheo and all those little plays, all those balls that dropped. Really going to be interesting to see.
There's your kill leaders. Harrison and Rowan for Kalaheo and Caldwell with 4. And the Mustangs come out. First swing off the block, get the point. Back to serve it up is going to be Saliva Tucker.
And a new urgency as well. The Kalaheo team there, a lot of fire right off the bat in that first play.
Good serve, misplayed. And it was going to be called a lift anyway, so it didn't matter. We'll see the smile on the part of Caldwell.
The great teams respond, and you're starting to see Kalaheo pick up their level of play. Biggest serve for Tucker so far tonight.
And that serve is in, just inside that back line for the service ace.
Oh, wow. Caldwell's pointing over at us saying, check the replay on that. That ball looked a little long to me as well.
And Alan Kabatin kind of pointed to the up officials if to say, hey, you want to overrule that one? What a swing. Tahiri Caldwell.
Caldwell's the leader of this team. He's the captain. And how do you respond to a bad call? With a little fire, a lot of fire.
5 kills for him. He plays like he's a 6'5" guy out there. Speaking of 6'5", Sam Orca, exactly 6'5", and hit that one about 6 feet 5 inches long.
And off his elbow instead of his hand.
Good serve. And again, feeding Anthony Rowan, the 6'4" middle senior. Puts it down to give his team a 2-point advantage. Tupa'a Harrison. Back to serve it up for Kalaheo. Floats it over, knuckleball. Now Tuatia with a good swing. Harrison keeps it alive off the roof, hitting it back over his shoulder is Singlehurst. Out of the back row, Harrison just with a little dump shot. Nice hustle play by Ostero to keep it alive. Into the net, Matuatia, how's that for a nice save? And then the ball is hit out, and that is Austin Matautia, the freshman phenom.
You know, the first time I saw this guy was on the beach, and this kind of play, that's a beach volleyball kind of play. It's the scramble plays, and really a special athlete with a high flying, but also able to get dirty and make plays like that.
Out of the back row, here's your Energizer Bunny, but he hits it a little bit long. Man, I tell you what, when Caldwell gets into the action, you know it's going to be fun.
And this is the big offense, and there's good misses and bad misses, and I don't mind this miss. It's an aggressive swing. It's a lot of power. It's intimidating.
Into the block of Ko, but it falls down on the Kalaheo side of the net. Point Namanihune, and they're back within 1.
Love this option from Zarin Ostero. The setter runs the double quick and goes to the least likely option, Hadrian Paulino.
Little break in the action as they wipe up some moisture off the floor. And back to serve it up is going to be Noah Marasco Ayao. Cross court set to Ko. They're going to call a net violation on the part of Namanihune. And that's a point for the Mustangs.
One of the few mistakes so far from Ostero. You know, you talked about how young this Moanaloa team is, but if you look at it, they got 2 senior leaders. They got Tahi Caldwell and they got Zarin Ostero, and both of those guys playing so huge in this pressure match.
6 serving 4. And I think there was a rotation violation on the part of Moanaloa.
Players not allowed to overlap each other. They got to stay in their rotations until after the ball is served, and that time they left a little bit early.
Well, the official right in front of us, that's the only thing he's looking for on the serve. With a full complement of 4 officials, you're not going to get away with much. That one's put down off the touch for the point.
Another kill in the middle, that time by Carson Cruz, but the job by the libero so far, Austin Amion, really filling in those shoes for Colby Kanataki, doing a great job so far. Number 6 for Moanaloa. This has been a dangerous rotation for Kalaheo because of the big serves from Matautia.
And here it comes right here, another one with a good serve. Harrison puts it up. Trying to put it down is Tucker, but hits it long.
Wow, they called a touch here.
Oh, they called it late.
You know, we haven't seen this before, but this time they're moving Tucker to the outside. Earlier he was setting the whole time. Maybe a little micro touch, but not a big one at all.
Couldn't even get a fingerprint off the ball after that one. far side, another good swing by Caldwell. And then the put down, and again, the Moanaloa team not happy about the result and the call.
Here you're not allowed to touch the ball until it comes back over the net, and I think Carson Cruz jumped the gun a little bit. That ball was coming. He had to wait another split second for it to come over.
Looked to be a good call by our net cam. Josh Coe to serve it with his team up by 4, and the dump shot by Ostero.
The dump shot and the stare down. Gotta love this guy's confidence. It's been very active, 3 kills so far.
Definitely the Moanaloa playing with a little bit of chip on their shoulder. They definitely got a little edginess going, don't they?
Yeah.
With that good kind of energy. And another good swing and a kill.
You know, Kalaheo does a lot of things well, but one thing I don't like, you don't let a ball drop in front of you like this. They keep on going for these kick digs like Josh Coe is going for. You got to get dirty. You got to hit the floor for that.
Back within 2. They're going to set it to the far side, blocked, and the root. That was Luke Owens over there, and he had a little bit of help to the right side also.
Caldwell, Ostero, these guys, they're the 2-time defending Red Crown winners. You know, they come in defending this title, and even though they're more inexperienced, they've got the winning tradition going on in Moanaloa.
And there's Aaron Ostero. If he had another little dump shot, kind of pushed it down into that empty puka on the floor. It's 10-8.
Moanaloa, both these teams very active in the preseason. In Moanaloa, even though they were so young, they finished 2nd in the Longi Okamoto tournament, behind Kamehameha Kapalama, but ahead of a powerhouse team, HBA.
You see that softball score from the D2 tournament that's happening over on the island of Maui. And the second score, Konawaina big winner, McKinley a big winner over Kauai in a game shortened after 5 innings. That one shanked off of Poe on the service ace. Aaron Ostero.
Teams take so much energy from their coaches, and earlier we saw Waialua, the Kombonga, all the fun, playful energy. Here we got Kabanting. He's got a little more calm demeanor, but it's working either way. His team is on fire.
Another service ace by Ostero, and a timeout going to be called by Ed Chun as he now trails by a score of 11-10. His team was down by 4. We're going to take a break here from McKinley. And our first set, stick around everybody, match number 2. Back at McKinley, where Moanaloa is in the midst of a 4-0 run. And they have taken the lead at 11-10. And this guy right here is Aaron Ostero, has served 2 consecutive aces.
And what they've done it with, Moanaloa is the serving. He's done a great job. Caldwell's done a good job. Maybe the biggest factor, Matautia. A lot of good options for Moanaloa service line.
Setting up Harrison, and there's the big block. And once again, right in the thick of it all is Tahi Caldwell.
When you get the tough serve going, you got fewer options, and you're able to set up your block perfectly, just like Caldwell did there.
Another good serve is going to lead to a free ball here in the Moanaloa. They're going to set it up, the back set, and again, it is number 8, Tahi Caldwell, and he is going off.
You know, the pregame we featured the phenom freshman, but it's been the senior who started it off with the first kill for Moanaloa and who's carried that torch this whole match.
6 kills for him, a 6-0 run, and another serve, but this one into the net. Well, he did his job certainly from the service line. Gave one up. And back the other way, it's going to be Salila Tucker.
Tucker, the toughest server for Kalaheo, big service line.
Good serve and a good pass. There he is again, going for that back corner. There's Caldwell.
Early on, we saw a lot of different looks from Ostero, but here, and as we get late in the match and he starts smelling the blood, you know who he's going to.
8 kills, that one tough serve. Tucker manages to play it off the net, and then Tucker pops it over with the 2 hands. They're gonna set it up, they're gonna go back to Caldwell. Didn't get a great running start on that one. And then the other way, Sam Orcutt gets the call, and Orcutt puts down the kill. His 4th, and they're back within 2.
In system, this Kalaheo team so dangerous, so much height, so much length, able to go right over the top.
There's the freshman, Moanaloa, off the net and down. That's a point. And the advantage is back up to 3 as he gets his 3rd kill.
Great set, the hard angle. Moanaloa, such a good combination of a quick jump and a quick arm, really hard to stop.
Cross court set to Josh Coe. Another chance out of the back row, and not a good connection that time with Caldwell. He went up in the air and the ball just didn't come to his sweet spot and had some trouble with it. Point for the Mustangs, and they pull back within 2. It'll be 13 serving 15. Again, only the best of 3. And Moanaloa already up 1-0. Oh, I thought they were going to let that ball go, and at the last minute they played the serve off the roof. It's still a live ball. Again, the freshman off the block and down. Moanaloa with yet another kill, 16-13, and that's number 4 for him.
And you can almost see these two passing the torch back and forth. You know, Caldwell had it for a long time now, but it seems like he's passed it to his freshman teammate.
Noah Marasco Ayal into serve. Block at the net, and it's Carson Cruz going up against, again, a hitter about 7 inches taller.
And once again, this commit block, Cruz is going no matter what on it. And we see the block, and we see another opportunity for Moanaloa.
Big float serve. Oh, look at that one-arm stab, and then the ball hit out by Roberts. What a stab. Watch this one-handed dig coming up right here. Wow,
How's that reaction? It was going one way, and then it deflected a totally different direction.
Up by 5 now, and the serve is out. So the 5th service ace brings the Mustangs back within 4, but they need a little bit of a rally here now. They are down, and they trail 1-0. Kainoa Peterson back to serve it up for Kalaheo. Quick set, and it's devoured by Carson Cruz. And the advantage is back up to 5.
Early in the season, Kabanting had no returning middle blockers, and he said he had no idea what he was going to do. And what he's going to do is go with Carson Cruz, who's come up big tonight.
Big swing, another nice dig, and they're going to call a net violation against Namenihune. So a point for Kalaheo. And the Mustangs are back within 4. It'll be 15 serving 19.
Coe's been serving this short floater to take Caldwell away from his approach.
There it is. Quick little dump attempt does not go. And a free ball nonetheless. To the far side, and this time Caldwell hits it wide, tried to bite off a little bit too much angle.
Absolutely
Mustangs
right,
within
Dash.
3.
You know, Caldwell trying to do too much, trying to avoid the block too much. Go and challenge the block. Good things happen when you hit high into the hands.
Coe floats it over again. Caldwell, this time, misses left. So 2 sets in a row to Caldwell. Both times he tried to go a little bit too far down the line this time. And you got that whole court in front of you. And now a timeout going to be called by Alan Kabanting. They had a 5-point lead. It has been whittled down to 2.
Really interesting to see what happens here. You see Caldwell walking all the way away from the team, sitting on the bench, not happy with himself. Let's see if they can get him back playing his game. His game was confident, it was relaxed, it wasn't trying to do too much, but it was aggressive. And right now he's trying to be too perfect.
Now, once again, we'll be back here on Thursday beginning at 5 o'clock. The first match, that's going to be Waialua up against Farrington, we now know, after watching that first match. And then the winner of this match to take on the Kaiser Cougars.
On the other side, Kalaheo, what they've been doing, they've been going with the short float serve here, taking away some of the approach, squeezing the game in front. See what kind of magic setter Austero can pull up his sleeve. Maybe even a dump by himself. He's been very successful tonight.
So here we go, critical serve. As Moanaloa trying to get to that 20 plateau. Josh Coe serving effectively all night long. Set it up, the freshman. Nice dig over there by Sheldon Dolan. Back to Caldwell, oh my goodness. This guy over here, you look at the roster and you look at it, it says 5'10", but he's playing like a guy who's 6'3" or 4" out there, Kevin.
Dash, he's going up against 6'2", 6'7", and holding his own. That time not trying to do too much, taking what they're giving him.
He's went right for the middle of the court. Kupa'a Harrison off the block, manages to put it down. Kind of interesting when you watch Caldwell go up and you watch the blocker go up, and the blocker's 6'5" and he's 5'8", but when they're both at their highest height, they're even.
Pretty amazing jumper.
Good serve. Here's Caldwell again with the easy touch. Wide open hole in the court. A great presence, great vision. And Caldwell now into double figures with 10 kills.
Win or lose, I can tell you exactly what Ed Chun's going to be working on his team with this week. Got to be defensive minded, got to be making a move for that ball. Too many people watching the ball hit the floor.
Off the block, opportunity again to set it up. This time Caldwell from the near side. That ball may have been out, but instead Sheldon Dolan went after it. And that's going to be a point for Moanaloa. I think the ball may have been out.
Yeah, I think that Caldwell thought it was out too. Thanking his lucky stars there.
Yeah, it would have been out. You could see the way the angle was going. And that was right in front of his head coach, Ed Chun, who was probably saying, why? And Ed Chun going to call a timeout with his team trailing 5-4, 22-18. And Moanaloa, they took this long road to get here in their, sixth game of this tournament. And they're looking to earn themselves a ticket to the championship match Thursday against Kaiser. Well, here's some other tickets that you might want to check out. We just talked about the championships on Thursday. On Saturday, the first ever HHSA Judo Championships on OC16. And then Tuesday through Friday of next week, state championships in softball, and then a little bit of overlap with baseball on the 11th with the track and field championships, and then the New City Nissan All-Star Softball Classic. And that's always a fun one when you invite one senior from every school on Oahu to come for one final hurrah, sponsored by the wonderful folks at New City Nissan every year. John Uikawa, who is also the head coach at Maryknoll High School. So out of the timeout, 22 serving 18. And here's Zarin Astiro. High toss. And put a little heat on it, but hit it wide.
That's a big miss for a couple of reasons. That puts Kalaheo a point on the board. Plus, they have their best server, Salila Tucker, back to serve.
19 serving 22, and he puts it into the net. Well, at this point, one thing Kalaheo certainly can't do is trade side outs. 2 points away is Moanaloa from taking the semifinal match. And the serve is just out. Another side out. That's the second serving there on the part of Moanaloa.
And with Caldwell in the back row now, Mautautia, the freshman, gets the baton and see what he will do with it in this next rotation.
They're going right at him. Off the block and down, and it's match point for Moanaloa.
Pretty confident freshman right there with his 5th kill of the night. But a lot of them late in this second set, big pressure kills.
Back to serve is going to be Austin Amian. Moanaloa serving for the match. Good serve off the tape. Kupa'a Harrison manages to keep it up. And a chance to put it away right now. Going to the freshman, and he hammers it down, and that is it. 25-20 in set number 2. A straight set victory for Moanaloa. As they come out here, and they may not be as big, they may not be as tall, but I tell you what, tonight they had the fire. We'll take a break and come back to wrap this one up and look ahead to our matches this Thursday. Again, the final set score is 25-22, 25-20. And welcome back, everybody. Once again, coming to you live from the Student Council Gymnasium on the campus of McKinley High School, where Namanihune and Moanaloa in straight sets proved victorious over the Mustangs of Kalaheo. And want to come right up to where we are and bring you our impact player of the game. And what a match for Tahi Caldwell. You guys came out here and you guys looked like you were on a mission from the get-go. What was your mindset? You guys have played 5 matches to get where you are. You're taking the long road, aren't you?
Well, beginning of the season, Kalaheo beat us in 3. It was a close game. And our coaches made a good point last week. And they said we are one of the few teams that get revenge on every single person that we lost to during the regular season. So we're just coming out with that fire because we're trying to avenge ourselves from the beginning.
Talk to me about, you're a young, inexperienced team, but you talk about Austero, talk about yourself as 2 of the senior leaders. Talk to me about that connection you have with your setter.
Well, me and Zarin, we go back, way back. I played basketball in Powell with him. I played club team. He's really our heart and soul of our team. He keeps us all together when we're going up and down. Mental breakdowns, he's always there to pick us up, so he really helps us out.
Well, let's go to a little bit of the videotape, because as long as you hear the television monitor in front of you, why don't you watch a little bit of your highlights. What a night. 11 kills, 3 digs and a block. And I think what we enjoyed the most is you had some moments where you were going up against a guy who was 6'5", and I think you were getting up as high as he was. So talk about going up a team that you knew coming in was bigger, was taller, maybe more physical. Does that just light the fire a little more?
Definitely. You know, coming out small, we all, I mean, our whole team is under like 5'8". We got a couple of guys over 6 feet. But we definitely trying to just block everybody over there, come out with a fire. We just want to prove everybody that we can contest everybody.
You afraid of anyone out there?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Taking it to everybody.
Well, right on. Congratulations, our impact player of the game. This is yours, my man. We'll see you back here Thursday night. Congratulations to you and the rest of Namanihune as they prove victorious. And let's look at our impact player of the game now for Kalaheo. It's Kupa'a Harrison, who came up with 3 big kills of his own, 3 digs and a block. But I tell you what, this Mustang team, say what you want, they were just never quite in sync, and you really got to credit Moanaloa for keeping them off balance, Kevin.
I tell you, from the beginning, I had a perception of what was going to happen. It was going to be the freshman phenom. Kalaheo thought the same thing. Who would have thunk it? They went the exact opposite direction.
So it sets up a showdown between this team, Namanihune, and the Cougars of Kaiser on Thursday. Now to our play of the game as we ring the bell, and we talked about it. Short versus big. And that was one of those jousts at the net right there, where number 13, Zarin Austero, whom you spoke about, going up against the guy who's 6'5", and he won the battle. So you would never know what it's like to to win one against the big guy because you were always the big guy.
Except for that 7'1" Russian guy, but we'll not talk about him right now.
Yeah, okay, we won't talk about the Russian guy. It was a fun match, and I'm looking forward to watching this team against Kaiser. Your thoughts looking forward to that?
You gotta love what Alan Kabanting did. He set out a task. He said, we have this unique opportunity. Let's go get revenge against all the teams that beat us. And they've got 2 down, 1 more to go.
There you go. So that sets up a doubleheader on Thursday, once again right here. And again, here were your final numbers in a straight set victory, 25-22 and 25-20. It'll be Namene Hune in the nightcap going up against Kaiser, and in the first match, OIIA versus the #1 Governors of Farrington. And we'll be bringing it to you live right here, same time, same place. Kevin Wong, as always, it's been a pleasure, my friend.
Good.
For Kevin Wong and our entire dancing team here at McKinley High School Gymnasium. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Championship Night on Thursday.
This live sports presentation was brought to you by New City Nissan, Zippy's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Shopo, Hawaii's Police Officers Union.